needed to keep her guard up. It was better not to get attached. This was just a job. Or at least, that's what she kept telling herself. The next day, Layla arrived at Richard's office feeling strangely at ease. In just a few days, she had already adapted to the peculiar routine of cooking for an eccentric billionaire and dealing with the wary looks of the staff. But what she didn't expect was to find Richard and Paul in the middle of a heated discussion so early in the morning. "This is ridiculous, Richard," Paul exclaimed, slamming his hand on the desk. "Sounds like a great challenge to me," Richard replied with a half-smile, crossing his arms. Layla stopped at the doorway, holding a bag of fresh ingredients. "Am I interrupting something important?" Paul sighed and ran a hand over his face, clearly frustrated. "Tell him yourself that this idea is ridiculous." Layla frowned and looked at Richard. "What is it now?" Richard pointed to an open newspaper on the desk. The headline highlighted a charity food event featuring some of the city's top chefs. "Paul thinks I'm not capable of winning this cooking competition." Layla blinked in disbelief. "You want to participate?" Richard gave a small smile. "Why not?" Paul rolled his eyes. "Because you're a CEO, not a chef." Layla crossed her arms and narrowed her eyes. "Richard, can you at least cook an egg?" He tilted his head. "I made instant noodles once." Paul threw his hands up in exasperation. "See, he doesn't stand a chance." Layla bit her lip to keep from laughing. "Well, then I suggest he gets a good teacher." Richard looked at her. "Are you offering to teach me?" She shrugged. "If you promise not to burn down the kitchen." The next few days were pure chaos. Layla quickly discovered that Richard Stone, the man responsible for billions of dollars in investments, was completely hopeless in the kitchen. On his first attempt at cooking a steak, he nearly set the pan on fire. "Why is there so much smoke?" he coughed, waving a hand in the air. "Because you turned the heat up too high," Layla exclaimed, grabbing the pan from him. On his second attempt, he tried chopping onions and ended up cutting his own finger. "Ouch! My God, you're a danger to yourself." For the third lesson, Layla decided to teach him something simple: a sandwich. But somehow even that went wrong. "You can't put half a jar of mayonnaise, Richard." "But I like mayonnaise." Paul, who occasionally checked in on their progress, always left shaking his head. "This is going to be a total disaster." Layla, however, was determined. He might be a disaster now, but he'll get better. Richard raised an eyebrow. "You have that much faith in me?" She smirked. "No, but I like a challenge." Finally, the day of the event